Hello and welcome, I'm Jared Crum. You're watching the AAS meeting update for Monday, April 6, 2009. This week's Senate meeting began with committee reports. The Committee on Priorities and Resources met to discuss college departments' funds. They are examining funds as part of an effort to locate where the college's budget expanded the most and where it can be cut. They will be issuing a report to a budgetary advisory committee in coming weeks. The College Council met this week and considered changes to theme housing admissions. The committee decided to upgrade entry requirements to make them more academically rigorous. The Senate then turned to budgetary committee recommendations. After a short discussion, the recommendations were passed. The Senate next considered the upcoming MASSPIRG reaffirmation referendum. The referendum will determine the future of MASSPIRG's presence at the college. I talked earlier today with Peter Tang, AAS Treasurer. He shared basic information about the issue, as well as some of his own thoughts. Take a look. Peter Tang, thank you for joining us. Peter, can you explain what the recent debate over MASSPIRG has been about?
Sure. Every 2 years, the student body is asked to vote on reaffirming MASSPIRG's continuation on this campus. A lot of the issues that came up in yesterday's debate surrounded the particular funding structure for MASSPIRG. In looking back at some of the old records for budgets, it's apparent to us that the organization hasn't really collected on its fees. In every semester's bill, you are charged a student activities fee that is 1% of the comprehensive fee. The MASSPIRG fee was coming out of our 1%, and it would be a detriment, would come at the cost of other student activities. What we found out is that indeed the Comptroller's Office collects that fee automatically. They roll it into the money that they transfer to the student government, and they give it to us to manage. At this point, that money is sitting in a bank account and has not been touched in the last 2 or 3 years.
Peter, the Senate debated the MASSPIRG referendum question last night. What was said?
Well, first, MASSPIRG was able to get 20% signature, 20% of each class to sign a petition. So they presented their referendum or survey to the Judiciary Council, which approved it on Sunday night. The referendum question was brought to the Senate, who reviewed it. A lot of senators felt that they didn't particularly want to get rid of MASSPIRG per se, but that they wanted to work with the organization to remove that special relationship that we have with the group. It is an opt-out system where people have to consciously get themselves out of that and get their refund. Some senators feel that that's a very coercive structure, and so a proposal was put forth to survey the students to see if we would be interested in keeping MASSPIRG, but altering the structure to be an opt-in system where on your term bill there will be an option to check a box and say, I am willing to donate my $9 to MASSPIRG. And that's the survey that's coming up this Thursday. Next Thursday's referendum will be the actual reaffirmation vote for MASSPIRG, so that's the one that says, do we want it here, period. In talking to some of the MASSPIRG individuals that were at the meeting, they said that their particular structure is a structure that is replicated nationwide. It is something that it's how they continue their work, and negotiation on that structure seems to be out of the question, but we wanted to see if there was any way we could leverage or perhaps find a way to work with that organization to keep them here but alter that relationship.
Okay, Peter, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jerry.
That was Peter Tang, AAS Treasurer. Once again, a preliminary non-binding survey will be held this Thursday on MASSPIRG's current funding arrangement. A binding referendum sponsored by MASSPIRG will be held within several weeks. There are criticisms of the way MASSPIRG is currently funded, as Peter just articulated. If you want arguments for MASSPIRG, you can email two people, the Amherst MASSPIRG coordinator Amy Parker or student Michelle Huynh. Their email addresses are below. A MASSPIRG representative will be on next week's video. And finally tonight, AAS Executive Board elections are this Thursday, April 9th. The President, Vice President, Judiciary Council Chair, Treasurer, and Secretary positions are all up for grabs. To see the candidates' speech night speeches and to vote on Thursday, see the links below. Thanks for joining us this week. If you have any questions, you can email me at my email address. I'm Jared Crum. Have a good week.